This is totally not Danzig, and you're listening to the Shred Shack.
Greetings, folks. I'm Dan Mack.
And this is Chris Mack.
Welcoming you to episode 128 of the Shred Shack podcast, your premier source of news and uninformed yet heavily biased opinions pertaining to all things heavy metal, airing bi-weekly on iTunes, Mixcloud, Google Play, and iHeartRadio, as well as on YouTube at youtube.com/The Shred Shack and youtube.com/AdamantStemplum. I should spend my time in the quote-unquote quarantine finding more places to post this shit. But let's get started with some old business.
Well, coronavirus is old business.
Okay, well, is that what we're starting with?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
there's a lot of stuff to go over as far as cancellations.
Okay.
With our thing here. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go right into the section we called not spreading the disease.
Yeah.
All right, so according to Billboard, America's largest concert promoter and venue operator, Live Nation, is instructing its touring shows to prepare to return home in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. All Live Nation tours are affected, both domestically and internationally, through the end of the month. Live Nation will reportedly reevaluate the situation at the beginning of April with the goal of resuming touring in May or June. Shortly after that, AEG, one of the North America's largest concert promoters, kind of like a competitor to Live Nation there. They have aligned with Live Nation in instructing its touring shows to prepare to return home in the wake of the coronavirus. In a joint statement obtained by Rolling Stone, executives from Live Nation, AEG, Creative Artists Agency, William Morris Endeavor, Paradigm, and United Talent Agency said they are working together to develop best practices to safeguard artists, fans, and staff in the concert industry.
So a lot of shows, like this just sounds like a general thing.
This
like,
this is all for all shows, but we'll go through a list of shows that definitely have been affected.
Yeah.
After this.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I've been saying that, like, this better not continue on until like all the way to August or September, because we're talking about, like, you know, I don't want the shows that I'm going to be affected.
Like the Rammstein show in September.
The Rammstein show in particular, I'm like, man, please don't tell me you're going to cancel.
Well, a good portion of these shows, they say, are not necessarily canceled.
Okay.
All right, so there's a difference here. There's canceled and there's postponed.
Yeah.
All right, so these concerts are just too big to just flat out cancel.
Yeah.
You know, you have to reevaluate and postpone these things. All right, So we will go through a list, and at any point you decide not to want to hear anymore, you just tell me.
Okay. So
All
that's
right.
like, I'm sure there's a billion of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Guns N' Roses. They have already announced rescheduled dates for their recently postponed Central and South American tour. The Trek, which was originally slated to take place in March and April, was called off, of course, due to the pandemic, which has brought the worldwide concert industry to a near-complete standstill. The new shows will take place in November and December, with all original tickets honored for the rescheduled shows. The final 6 shows of Van Halen vocalist David Lee Roth's Las Vegas residency have been postponed due to the coronavirus. All 6 concerts that were scheduled to take place this month on March 18th, 20th through the 21st, the 25th, the 27th, and the 28th at the House of Blues were called off this past Sunday on the 15th, 3 days after the Nevada governor issued a declaration of emergency due to the pandemic. All right, Black Label Society has postponed the remainder of its winter and spring 2020 North American Crusade tour with Obituary and Lord Dying. Sebastian Bach has postponed his spring 2020 North American tour, celebrating the 31st anniversary of Skid Row's debut album. Sepultura have been forced to postpone their 2020 North American tour. The Trek was scheduled to kick off on March 18th in San Diego, California, and conclude on April 22nd. I skipped way too far. Where'd it go? Okay. April 22nd in Ventura, California. Support on the tour was supposed to come from Sacred Reich, Crowbar, and Art of Shock. Evanescence and Within Temptation have been forced to postpone their massive co-headline European tour. The Worlds Collide Trek, which was due to kick off in Brussels on April 4th, will now move to later this year. Specific information and dates for their scheduled shows will be available shortly. All existing tickets and VIP packages will remain valid for the rescheduled dates.
That would have been a good show to see.
For fucking real, dude. Record Store Day 2020, originally scheduled for Saturday, April 18th, has been postponed in the wake of coronavirus.
That's upsetting. like, that's the first thing that's actually affected me.
I was going to say, though, is like, can't they just do, like, online Record Store Day?
Yeah.
Not all record stores have online services.
We'll do like a Black Friday thing online. Ooh, speaking of which, I should probably check out like what Nuclear Blast is doing that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Insomnium and Omnium Gatherum have been forced to cancel their North American tour after playing just one show. Thursday, March 12th at the Fillmore in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The trek was scheduled to conclude on April 18th in Maryland. Lamb of God's previously announced State of Unrest European tour with Creator and Power Trip has been postponed. The trek was scheduled to kick off on March 27th in Stockholm, Sweden, and conclude on April 25th in London, England.
That's another show that would have been great to see.
For real. Carcass have been forced to cancel their previously announced tour of Australia in the wake of the coronavirus. Rage Against the Machine has postponed the first leg of its previously announced reunion tour in the wake of coronavirus.
I'm going to blame them for the virus.
Well, it's either them or Motley Crue, two bands that were not supposed to get back together again, but came back together again in 2020.
Pretty much.
According to Billboard, promoters have postponed the Guns N' Roses headlined Lollapalooza festivals in Argentina and Chile, originally set for later this month. The events will be rescheduled for the second half of 2020. No announcements have yet been made regarding Brazil, which is set for April 3rd and 5th in Sao Paulo. 3rd through 5th, sorry. Styx has postponed about a dozen shows that were scheduled to take place between March 13th and March 28th. The new dates will be announced soon. Due to bans on gatherings in excess of 250 people in numerous states and cities, this was actually probably written over a week ago because we're down to 10 people. Anyway, the Decibel Magazine tour has been canceled. This year's edition of the Decibel Magazine tour, which was featuring Mayhem, Abath, Gatecreeper, and Idle Hands, was scheduled to launch on March 13th in Denver, Colorado, and conclude on April 10th in Chicago, Illinois.
That would have been a good show to see too.
For real. Devin Townsend has postponed the remaining shows of his North American tour in the wake of coronavirus. The trek kicked off on February 27th in Toronto and was scheduled to end on March 25th in San Francisco.
Have you? Do you follow his Twitter?
I follow a little bit.
Okay, just because he's been quarantined.
Yeah,
he's been working.
Yeah, that's why I made the joke to the Facebook to our group chat. Is like, Devin Townsend has already released music, but imagine how much music Buckethead's going to release in quarantine.
Oh yeah,
just imagine.
I'm sure he's already done it. Like guys, like the guys who are like the most prolific, guys like him and like John Frusciante has 1 billion albums too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, see, that's another reunion that happened this year. John Frusciante back with Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
So this is the signs of the apocalypse type of shit.
Yeah.
All right. This year's edition of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which was scheduled to take place on May 2nd at Cleveland, Ohio's Public Hall, has been postponed. The Who have postponed their UK and Ireland tour, which was scheduled to start Monday, March 16th in Manchester at the Manchester Arena and conclude on Wembley SSE Arena on April 8th. Yes has canceled a handful of shows in the U.S. in addition to an appearance on this year's Cruise to the Edge due to the coronavirus. Machine Head has postponed the second European leg of its 25th anniversary tour for the band's classic debut album, Burn My Eyes, due to a fast-spreading outbreak of the new coronavirus. This is written a little while ago, so.
Yeah.
All right, Papa Roach has been forced to cancel the last 5 concerts of its current European tour due to a fast-spreading outbreak, blah, blah, blah. Flesh God Apocalypse have been forced to postpone their North American tour due to the travel restrictions. Sammy Hagar of The Circle has canceled its previously announced South American shows, which were scheduled to take place later this month. The Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival has officially been postponed from April to October amid concerns about the coronavirus outbreak. The event, which was set to take place in Indio, California on the weekends of April 10th and April 17th, will now take place on the weekends of October 9th and October 16th. The lineup was set to include a headlining performance from Rage Against the Machine. Pearl Jam has postponed its previously announced spring U.S. tour due to concerns over the coronavirus. The 16-date trek is support of the band's upcoming Giganton album was scheduled to kick off on March 18th in Toronto, hit the Fabulous Forum on April 15th and 16th, and wrap with a 2-date stint in Oakland April 18th and April 19th. Kiss has scrapped its previously announced meet and greet events on the end of the road tour due to unfolding coronavirus crisis. You know it's going to be bad when Gene Simmons is not taking money for meet and greets. The first leg of Tool's previously announced Spring 2020 North American Tour has been postponed. The 6th annual Ride for Dime motorcycle ride and concert, originally planned for Sunday, May 17th, has been postponed. The annual event, benefiting the Ryan James Dio Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund, is comprised of a motorcycle ride originating at Harley-Davidson of Glendale, followed by an afternoon of live music at Los Encinos Park in Encino. Los Encinos Park is run by the Parks Department of the State of California, which has canceled all park events for the next 2 months in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic.
How much more of there is this?
Two more.
Okay, I was about to say, like, this is long as fuck.
I told you it was long. I said at any point you can stop me, but now that there's 2 more, this is the point of no return.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Monster Magnet has postponed its A Celebration of Power Trip tour to 2021, with new dates beginning January 21st in Sayreville, New Jersey. Tickets for all postponed dates will be honored for the newly scheduled shows. Iron Man's Australia and New Zealand dates in May have been postponed until further notice. This is due to the ongoing coronavirus situation, blah, 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 blah. And that is it for touring news.
Okay, so we're getting that out of the way right now.
Oh, hold on. No.
Oh.
Because now we will go to our headline here of he's the one they call Dr. Feel Not So Good Coronavirus Edition.
Wow, we're just
knocking it out. All right, here we go. Crown the Empire guitarist Brandon Hoover says he has tested positive for COVID-19, the disease caused by the new coronavirus. Andrew Watt, who produced Ozzy Osbourne's latest album, Ordinary Man, says that he has tested positive for COVID-19.
Then he needs to stay the fuck away from Ozzy.
At this point, Ozzy will live through it.
Or either that or Ozzy is the source.
Exodus guitarist Gary Holt says that he is exhibiting all the symptoms of COVID-19. He broke the news of his condition in an Instagram post. He wrote, "So I've been locked away with his wife, suffering from all the symptoms of corona without the beer. Mightily sick, better today after repeatedly waking up soaked in sweat last night, self-monitoring with my better half, and unfortunately won't be able to visit my grandkids until I'm symptom-free for 7 days." So he's going to be movie time, binge-watching TV, and waiting this out.
Yep.
Death Angel drummer Will Carroll is being treated at a Northern California hospital for an undisclosed ailment. Will's fiancée, Lishawn Navarro, checked in from San Francisco's Public Pacific Medical Center on Wednesday, March 18th, to say that she brought him to the emergency room because he has been, quote, very sick since returning from a European tour earlier in the month. She also asked his friends to send him positive, healing thoughts.
That's not necessarily virus related. That's just.
But the thing is, he was on tour with Gary Holt. And they were in Europe, which is where it's kind of a hotbed right now. So It's very much looking like that.
Okay.
All right, Bon Jovi keyboardist David Bryan says that he has tested positive for COVID-19. And last but not least here, according to Mexico News Daily, a Mexican man who attended Ghost's concert in Mexico City earlier this month has become the country's very first coronavirus death. The 41-year-old was one of over 50,000 fans who went to the March 3rd show, which was attended by another man who also tested positive for COVID-19. The man who passed away was suffering from diabetes and has been hospitalized for 5 days. The 40-year-old man who tested positive for COVID-19 was hospitalized but is in stable condition.
That's just madness.
Yep. But will be more COVID-19 stuff coming up, but that's the most important stuff at the moment. So now do we double back and...
So let's go back to the normal old business because...
so we're going to end this podcast and start all over again. Hi, I'm Dan Mack.
Greetings, folks. I'm Dan Mack. Welcoming you to episode 128B.
Oh, that was good. I like that. That was good. All right, so old business.
Okay, so regular
old business.
Regular old business.
We're starting over again. This is the podcast. Okay. All right. So appeals court has upheld a jury verdict finding the Led Zeppelin's classic song "Stairway to Heaven" was not a ripoff of Spirit's Taurus.
So basically, what that's saying is that it's just confirming what we had before.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and that's about it for old business.
Okay, so let's go on to new business, and with new business, we talk about new album releases. I think that normally you're the one who handles a lot of this because I haven't checked in a while.
Well, I will say that I have listened to new stuff. I don't have much to say about because it's been in a lot of passing the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I figure that you've taken passive listens to things just because of everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
So,
so some of the things I have listened to here. Oh, I didn't know Burzum had a new album. Fuck. All right, well, I'm going to get back on that. Listen to Code Orange.
Okay.
Goth Hard. Got Hard?
Got Hard.
Got Hard?
Okay,
Okay.
I was about to say.
Got Hard, yeah. Got Hard.
I thought like
I goth really hard.
That's what I was going to say.
It's a gothic power metal band.
Make it happen right now. Somebody do it.
Invent Animate, Stitched Up Heart, Volcano. It's Vulcano.
Volcano.
Yeah, they were pretty goddamn good. And Wolf. That was all from the 13th. See what Livewire had here, or Loudwire, sorry, for the 13th. I'm not gonna do that. Fuck that. All right, anyway. Then from this past week here, because we are recording this on Sunday morning, so Friday the 20th, I'm pretty much in the middle of listening to Heaven Shall Burn.
Okay.
It's a long album. It's a double disc. But I listened to Lucifer, their self-titled record, Lucifer 3. But they also have pulled out one of our favorite heavy metal tropes here because they have a song called Lucifer on their album Lucifer by the band Lucifer.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's fine. Black Sabbath.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, it's one of our favorite heavy metal tropes there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I also listened to Mierker, her new album, Folkensanga.
Okay.
It's all folk, so don't go in there expecting any kind of black metal from her this time around. And it is beautiful. It's really fucking good.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful piece of music. So that's about so far what I've gone through as far as new releases.
Now, I have a new release, but I haven't actually I have two new releases, but I haven't actually watched or listened to them yet.
Oh.
Well, actually, let me think. Hold on. Let me think. No. Okay. I'll mention three things actually. One, I finally got my I can't say I say finally. It came in early. I got my copy of Psychotic Waltz. I need to listen to it. The copy of Veronica, Danzig's horror movie.
Oh yes.
Came in, so that's going to be something that we're going to.
That's our reaction video.
That's going to be our reaction video.
While we're in quarantine.
But also, if anybody saw the unboxing video, I got the Into the Electric Castle Live and Other Tales Super Deluxe box set, which is two disc live album plus 2 DVDs, a Blu-ray, and a ton of other shit. But I haven't started watching it yet, just because I got really caught up in playing a particular game, which doesn't normally happen. So it's been pretty much a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog. So,
That's funny.
Yeah, which like that's one of the cool things about like if you to play online now you have to sign up for a service and all that kind of shit. But they give you quote unquote free games, and because of the fact that the movie came out, both systems are putting out Sonic games.
Nice.
So I'm like, cool. I like Sonic games. Like, one or two of them have reportedly been trash, but that's what I've been doing. So, but I had hoped when I was doing the unboxing video that I would listen to the album prior to this, but yeah, I haven't been really in my office. I've been out here in the game room, kind of just all my equipment's out here right now, including my main laptop. So, but I might do that during work because starting Friday, I work from home. So
no shit, like 100%.
This past Friday, it's up in the air right now.
I was gonna say, I mean, you could do sessions online.
I could do sessions online or through the phone.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, what happened? Here's two things. One, I work with my supervisor to do group sessions, and they're still scheduled technically. So I may end up going in on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And
as long as the groups are less than 10 people.
They're 5.
Okay.
So I may end up still going in and doing that, because I need to make enough hours to get my insurance and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So I may end up going in to do that, but otherwise all sessions will be done from home. And what ended up happening was they were making the plan over the course of last week, and they wanted to get everything set up by Friday. So I was like, okay, well, I don't expect things to go off without a hitch, so I'm going to go in on a Friday. So I got up at my normal time, left my normal time because of the fact that no school, nothing like that, traffic's been light. Get to work at 8:30, I go pull up my schedule, and they all say telephone session, so I pack up and go the fuck home. Like I see that, and I immediately go, nope, boom, just go, and I'm gone. So I was like, I'm not doing these sessions from here. I'm going home. So I drove back home and did my sessions. So
yeah, there's no working from home for me.
No, I'm surprised your place is still like moving and whatnot.
Well, the thing is, you gotta figure that as soon as one person gets it, it's over.
Yeah.
As soon as one person is confirmed to have the virus in my facility, it is over.
Yep.
But as of right now, my job or my company that I work for is considered essential to stay open.
I would say so because a lot of people because of everything that's going on, people have been picking up online ordering.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And
we haven't slowed down a bit.
Yeah, I'm sure like you might even have a pickup.
We had from what I understand, last Sunday I wasn't there at work, but we had a huge Amazon pickup. Mm-hmm. Like we had 13 more Amazon trucks or something like that, more than we expected that day. So for whatever we had 13 more that day, and it was, from what I understand, one of the worst nights ever. So I missed that.
I'd fucking imagine. So.
So again, we are considered essential to the American people right now.
So I don't know if we said what you're doing, but it's still redacted.
I work for a shipping and receiving company.
Yes. So which makes me glad that I don't work for the rival shipping and receiving company anymore.
I have a buddy of mine who does in New York, and the funny meme going on right now is I don't know if you've seen it, but like this is canceled, this is canceled, this is canceled, and my job, and it's a picture of Big Bird riding a fucking.
We ride at dawn.
We ride at dawn, bitches.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's pretty much the vibe that we're all getting. So yeah,
definitely.
All right. So what else have you been listening to this week?
What else? It's really For the most part, I can't think of specifics, but for the most part, it's literally been the Electric Six, because I was just sitting there and I was like, "Fuck, I'm like, just I like the band. I haven't caught up. I haven't stayed up with them, so I bought everything I've been missing.
Nice.
So I'm waiting for one more album to come in, and then I got everything studio wise.
Nice.
And some of it's varied in its quality. That's because they're the band that does songs about nothing.
Yeah.
You know, like I was playing some of the album "Send Your Smoke" in the car yesterday with Lindsay, and you know, like there's the song "Jimmy Carter," which has the quote unquote chorus of "Backstreet's Back All Right," and it's like, you know, she's like, "The fuck." So, you know, it's just absurdity, but it's fun, it's great,
yeah,
it's enjoyable always. One of my favorites, which I completely forgot about, was their song about Adam Levine, which is just basically saying, like, you know, he wants your money, and then the chorus is "Rot in hell, burn in hell, rot in hell, motherfucker, rot in hell, burn in hell, rot in hell, motherfucker."
Damn.
It's so funny. I'm sitting there like getting my morning coffee, just laughing my tits off.
Oh, yeah. I've just been listening to a playlist on Spotify for the Peaky Blinders. Pretty much all the songs that they have in the show. Mm-hmm. So there's been a lot of Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, a lot of White Stripes, Raconteurs.
Raconteurs is the Jack White thing, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much just a lot of Jack White.
Speaking of Jack White, people, I read considering going with the Electric Six thing, that on Danger High Voltage, that's not Jack White singing that second part.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually just a fan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, go on.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, I've become obsessed with the Peaky Blinders theme song, which is called Red Right Hand, and then of course on the same album from Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, from I think it's called This Is Love or something like that. I forgot what the title of the album is, but it's from like 1994. But the original version of Lover Man, I fucking love that song so much.
Yeah.
So I've just been kind of like repeating a lot of that shit. So. And that's been pretty much it. I'm just trying to keep up on new releases and stuff like that, and that's been about it, really.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't been in my office enough to really sit down and put on a CD and listen to things. And when I'm in my car, I've been listening to a lot of the Electric Six stuff that I've been getting. So I will probably be changing that in the midst of quote unquote quarantine. Just because, you know, I'll have to listen to something while I'm doing notes and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just like, aside from that, I'm coming up with other random video ideas. So I'm trying to put that together as well. So music's kind of taking a bit of a backseat for a moment. So, but I need to actually catch up on new releases. So. We were considering restarting the top three this year, but I was like, yeah, we're all just a little bit too caught up in shit right now.
Yeah, for sure.
To start that, so
for sure.
So,
all right, are you ready to continue on with our podcast here?
Yes.
Well,
continuing on with 128C now.
All right. So we're gonna start with obituaries.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Anyway. Former Sacred Reich guitarist Jason Rainey died Monday night, March 16th, of an apparent heart attack. His death was confirmed by his wife, Renee Novak, who wrote on Facebook, "My husband, Jason Rainey, passed away an hour ago, most likely a heart attack. They worked on him for a half hour, but they couldn't save him." No word on how old he was, but he was a founding member of Sacred Reich.
I think he was... founding member of Sacred Reich. Sacred Reich's been around since the 90s at least. Mm-hmm. I would guess somewhere maybe...
I would say late 40s to 50s.
Yeah, like at oldest maybe 55. At the absolute oldest.
Yeah.
So.
And one more obituary here. We got acclaimed American producer Keith Olsen, who has worked with such artists as Ozzy Osbourne, Whitesnake, Scorpions, and Warrant, has passed away.
Keith Olsen.
I believe he was in his 80s when he passed away. I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of someone who passed away recently, not metal at all.
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers.
Has passed away at the age of 81. And the motherfucker looked exactly the same for the last 40 years. You could never tell he was 81 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got the same thing that that Steve Martin has.
Yeah. They reach a certain point where they just stopped aging.
Yeah, the agelessness. Speaking of Steve Martin, I'm pretty sure he posted something on his Twitter of him just playing the banjo.
Oh my god! You know what's a really good one to follow right now on Instagram? Is Rodrigo y Gabriela.
Yeah.
Because they do every day. They post them performing a song live, not live, but they perform a song in their studio because they're quarantined together.
Yeah. And
it's great.
I like the fact that in the face of this virus, a lot of bands are still doing stuff like that. Like, I know the Dropkick Murphys, they live streamed a performance of theirs. I know Psycho Stick did that. We posted that.
I think Rob Flynn and his son are doing acoustic songs at home right now. I think Rob Flynn's son is playing the cello on them, which I haven't watched, but it seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You know, in a time like this where you're stuck at home, I'm just hoping that we get, like, you know, the coronavirus album sessions from everybody, you know?
Yeah. Well, actually, one thing I forgot to mention as far as what I've been listening to lately and everything like that, I actually rewatched Alice in Chains Unplugged.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, it's a VHS copy, so it's like, it's fairly crap. But, you know, I pulled out a VHS. I thought it was going to turn to dust. And there were some things I actually forgot about, like they had to do Sludge Factory twice because they fucked it up. Like, there's a part where, like, Lane's singing. And
he goes, fuck!
Fuck! Yeah.
I remember that now. Yeah. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So it was nice. I really need to get my VHS tapes, like, upgraded to DVD and everything, because I watched that and the Music Bank, so it was all their music videos and stuff.
Cool.
Which they had some weird ass music videos.
Right?
So they were just like, I just don't know where they got those ideas from.
All right. General news?
Mm-hmm. General news.
So, former Children of Bodom guitarist and vocalist Alexi Leho has launched a new band called Bodom After Midnight. Living after midnight.
I'm just thinking like lounge versions of Children of Bodom.
Bodom After Midnight. Anyway, joining him in the group are guitarist Daniel Freiberg, who is also formerly of Children of Bodom, drummer, I'm not even going to try this, but from Paradise Lost, and bassist Mita Torvanen, formerly of Santa Cruz, and touring keyboardist Olori Salama. And apparently he does plan on performing Children of Bodom songs under this new moniker.
I'm sure.
Well, the thing is, I'm not sure how, like, because remember, he doesn't own the name Children of Bodom. This is why he had to do this. Yeah. So I'm not sure what his rights are to songs.
Yeah. As
far as, you know, songwriting credits and all that stuff. So who knows what's going to happen. All right, Season of Mist has announced the signing of N Minor, the new depression core project of Philip Anselmo, for the European territory. The band will release its debut full-length album later this year. Now, I did listen to this, N Minor, their single that they released, and that's really fucking good. It's very much in the same vein as of Leonard Cohen, Nick Cave and the Bad Seed, Tom Waits.
I was gonna say, like you have to describe to me what depression core is.
I think it's just very slow droning stuff, not like doom metal. A little more melody to it.
Okay.
I thought it was very good, actually. Oh, another thing I listened to, I totally forgot to mention, because it all falls into the whole Peaky Blinders soundtrack sound. Mm-hmm. Me and That Man, the side project of Nurgle from Behemoth.
Yeah.
And that is incredible. So I'm looking forward to whenever he releases a second album for that.
I thought you were doing... or was that Pete?
That was Pete.
Yeah.
That was Pete who was all into that.
Yeah.
I never got a chance to listen to it until recently, and it's super good. would be interested in hearing a second album from them. All right, reunited San Francisco Bay Area thrashers Vio-Lence have inked a deal with Metal Blade Records. The band's new EP is tentatively due to be recorded in the coming months.
Right on.
As long as the studio holds less than 10 people. Celebrating their 30th anniversary as a band, Sweden's influential and long-revered heavy metal giants, In Flames, have entered a worldwide partnership with Nuclear Blast for the band's celebrated back catalog, which includes 13 groundbreaking fan-favorite records like Colony, Horacle, Clayman. Having released the previous 2 albums, Battles and The Mask, with Nuclear Blast in Europe only, this marks the first time In Flames has worked with Nuclear Blast worldwide since the release of Soundtrack to Your Escape.
Right on. I thought they were just generally on Nuclear Blast.
According to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, Sammy Hagar is planning to launch a Las Vegas residency this summer. The series will tentatively open in June at the Celestia tent inside the Strat Hotel Casino and Skypod, formerly known as the Stratosphere. Sammy would then settle into a 1-weekend-per-month residency with a format that would follow his infamous birthday parties at his Cabo Wabo Cantina in Cabo San Lucas. Whatever. So, at that point, there will be 2 Van Halen residencies, pretty much.
Maybe it'll be like the Walk This Way video with Run DMC and one Aerosmith. They'll just be banging on the wall.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, Firewind, which is, of course, the band featuring former Ozzy Osbourne guitarist Gus G, has parted ways with guitarist, keyboardist Bob Katsinosis and singer Henning Bass. The group's new vocalist is Herbie Langhans, who has previously played with Avantasia and Sinbreed.
Oh, wow. That is cool.
Yep. And that is it for general news. Now I'm scrolling forward past all of our coronavirus stuff.
Okay.
I am going right back, though, to He's the One They Call Dr. Phil, Not So Good, because King Diamond was forced to cancel his scheduled appearance at the Hell and Heaven Metal Fest on March 15th in Mexico City. The band's namesake frontman, of course, announced the cancellation in a social media post. He wrote, "I was recently advised by my doctor to have surgery done for an issue which, if not done right away, would have prevented me from flying. We did not expect to have any complications after surgery, but my healing is slower than anticipated, and I've been advised to forego air travel until his healing stabilizes and additional risks are minimized." And then he goes on to cancel his appearance at the festival.
Yeah, I was going to say, if 2020 takes away King Diamond, I'm going to fuck someone up.
Yeah, before we get a new record?
Yeah. Or before I get to see him live again.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we have nothing for breaking the law.
Well, I'm surprised it hasn't gotten to that point yet.
Not yet. They'll be looting for toilet paper in the coming weeks.
All right, episode 129, martial law.
We have entered a police state.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we live so close to the Air Force Base here, one of the Air Force bases here in San Antonio, and I don't know if you noticed, but there's been a lot of traffic overhead of non-commercial flights. Let's just say that.
I have not noticed that.
Oh.
I know that they're quarantining people at Lackland.
I know that, yeah. People who are getting off the cruise ships are being sent to Lackland.
Yeah. So.
All right. So Metallica hasn't broken anything recently. Nobody's feuding.
Wow.
Nothing for Alcoholica.
Wow.
I mean, the coronavirus stuff was the main focus on a lot of news pages in the last couple of days, the last 2 weeks. But of course, merchandising though.
Okay.
Merchandising.
Well, yes, of course.
But
go on.
The first is Kiss, of course, was merchandising. Kiss. Come on.
All right,
All right, here we go. Let's listen up. Kiss has teamed up with the world's biggest comic publisher, Marvel, for new apparel, home goods, posters, accessories, drinkware, and toilet paper. No, not really, but still.
I was going to say.
Can you imagine?
They would make bank.
Can you imagine wiping your ass with Gene Simmons' tongue? Can you imagine?
That's just fucking disgusting.
Anyway, the Kiss And Marvel apparel is available from Fifth Sun Accessories and drinkware from BioWorld, home goods from Jay Franco, and posters from Trends International.
Just wow.
According to Baller Status, Diamond Supply Company has collaborated with Slayer for their first ever capsule collection. Capsule collection together. The Diamond Slayer capsule includes a range of t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, and accessories, including skateboards, grip tape, and guitar picks.
I'm not surprised about that one,
No.
honestly. I mean, Slayer's been kind of getting into that now that they're quote-unquote no longer a band. Give it a few months.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like, their stuff has become so fashionable now.
Yeah.
You know? But for merchandising, we should all think about heading over to your favorite band and buying merch.
Yeah.
Because that's how they're going to be staying afloat as of late.
That was going to be my things I want. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll talk about that
okay,
in a bit.
cool.
So.
All right, so let's get into recording news then.
Yeah.
All right, so in recording news, Nita Strauss says that she will use the coronavirus downtime to complete work on her sophomore solo album.
Awesome.
Queensryche singer Todd Latour. Latore or Latour?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I'm going to go with Latore, actually. I think I heard it pronounced that way. Anyway, he says he will use the coronavirus downtime to complete the songwriting process for his long-in-the-works solo album.
Okay, awesome.
According to Suma Inferno, Manowar's concert on March 14th at the Hell in Heaven Festival in Mexico City was professionally recorded and filmed for a future DVD and Blu-ray release.
Cool.
Amaranthe have entered the studio in Denmark to begin recording their new album. The follow-up to 2018's Helix will be released later this year via Nuclear Blast. Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee has threatened that he will use the coronavirus downtime to get locked down in his studio and, quote, create. I am taking this threat very seriously. More serious than the American people took the coronavirus threat. This is dangerous shit, people. Dangerous shit.
I hope his work is better than his fucking goddamn drum solo at the Jones Beach show.
We've been doing this podcast for almost 5 years now.
Hashtag still bitter as fuck.
Still bitter as fuck. You salty old man. All right, Venom Incorporated, not to be confused with Venom. This is the band featuring original Venom guitarist Jeff Mantas Dunn and ex-Venom bassist vocalist Tony Demolition Man Dolan has entered the studio to record its new album. The follow-up to 2017's Avi will once again be released on Nuclear Blast Records. The recording is being done between England, Portugal, and America, and it will have Dunn at the helm as producer once again.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, what?
I accidentally put this in this area,
Okay.
but this should have been in the coronavirus one.
Oh.
Alice Cooper postponed the spring 2020 North American leg of his Old Black Eyes tour, Old Black Eyes is Back tour, which was slated to run from March 31st through April 22nd. The trek is being rescheduled for this fall, and the itinerary will be announced as soon as possible.
Okay.
All right, Obsidian, the new album from Paradise Lost, will be released on May 15th via Nuclear Blast. Steve Wilson released his new studio album, The Future Bites, on June 12th via Caroline International.
Mm-hmm.
The follow-up to 2017's To the Bone is an exploration of how the human brain has evolved in the internet era.
I like the sound of that.
Me too. Epica have entered the studio in the Netherlands with producer Joost van den Broek to record their new album.
Mm-hmm.
Rockstar supergroup Motor Sister, which is featuring Jim Wilson of Mother Superior, Scott Ian of Anthrax, Pearl Ade, who is Scott Ian's wife and daughter of Meatloaf, Joey Vera of Armored Saints and Faint's Warding, and John Tempesta from The Cult, has entered the studio to begin recording its second album. The disc is being produced by Jay Rustin, who has worked with Anthrax and Steel Panther, and is tentatively due before the end of the year via Metal Blade Records. Vil Vallo has returned with what appears to be a solo project simply called VV.
Okay.
Vallo has just released a 3-song EP called Gothica Fenica Volume 1. The effort, which bears a strong musical resemblance to his former band, features the following tracks: Salute the Sanguine, Run Away from the Sun, and Saturnine Saturnali.
I mean, I know Pat mentioned that in the chat.
I did get it on Spotify. I haven't listened to it yet.
Okay.
It's coming up in the queue.
I was gonna say I kind of want to hear it, but I'm sure it's gonna be just more him music, which is
fine.
Which is fine because it's been a while. So.
I love him so. Yeah. And the band Him.
Yeah.
Him and him.
You're an idiot.
And last but not least here, Pantera will release a 20th anniversary edition of its final album, Reinventing the Steel, later this year. More information will be made available soon. It's been 20 fucking years.
Yeah, do you feel old?
Yeah.
That was high school for me.
I just graduated high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you ready for some the good that men and women do?
Yeah, I hope it's good news.
It is. Yeah. Okay. The Dave Ellefson Youth Music Foundation, which is the nonprofit started in 2018 by Megadeth bassist Dave Ellefson, has announced School's Out initiative, providing free music lessons and one-on-one mentoring sessions via Skype from major artists to students stuck at home due to coronavirus. The Skype sessions will be held by legendary rock and metal artists including Chris Cale from Five Finger Death Punch, Dirk Verberen of Megadeth, the drummer, Jimmy DeGrasso, formerly of Megadeth, playing with Alice Cooper, Phil Demmel of Vio-Lence, formerly of Machine Head, Ron Bumblefoot Thal, of I Can Play That mentality, Chris Poland, formerly of Megadeth, Kirko Kiko, yeah, of Megadeth, Clint Lowry of Seven Dust, and Nita Strauss of Alice Cooper and Solo.
You can't talk today.
No, I cannot. It's too early for 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. It's too early. All right, anyway. 2 previously unreleased live songs from Metal Allegiance have been made available for digital download, with 100% of the proceeds going to pay the salaries of the long-running West Babylon, New York record store Looney Tunes during the coronavirus outbreak. Pledge of Allegiance and Can't Kill the Devil were recorded on January 25th, 2018 at the House of Blues in Anaheim, California, and feature guest appearances by members of Sepultura, Death Angel, and Testament.
Woot.
Yes, it's the good that men do. All right. We have a crowdfunding tracker.
Really?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And let me just refresh it so I know I got it. All right. So Devin Townsend has launched the Quarantine Project as a way of thanking fans for their support after he was recently forced to postpone the remaining dates on his North American tour. Townsend took a huge financial hit for scrapping the dates after more than a year's work of preparation for the trek. Devin started a GoFundMe campaign on Monday and has already raised more than $46,000 of his $50,000 goal. As of today, he has raised $73,350. And I'm sure this is to pay not just, recoup his expenses, but also to pay his people. But he is releasing music and stuff like that in the meantime. So he has one song called Quarantine, which is very peaceful and very meditative. Then he did some scrapped plans for ZTV from the Ziltoid 2 album cycle. And he's got a couple other things going on. So he's being active while in quarantine.
Yeah.
Which is good.
No kidding.
Which is very good. All right. So we are now up to things I want. And Daniel wants something.
We were saying before, we just want people to go out there and remember that everyone's kind of being affected by this. And, okay. So the fact that so much is being affected by the virus, whether or not it be overblown concern or not, it's impacting a lot of things. It's concerning a lot of people. It's impacting a lot of jobs. It's impacting a lot of things in general. If you are among those who are still lucky enough to be working consistently, like ourselves, take the time to help out those who, whose revenue, relies on your support, pretty much. Like bands that can't tour, small places like I know that a lot of restaurants are still open and everything like that. If there's a small chain out there, not even a chain, if there's a small restaurant that you like or something like that, then they'll offer curbside. Go get some food from them. They need to support their people. They need to provide. So that's my only one at this point is like, I don't care what you think about all of the overblownness of the virus or you know, all that kind of stuff. Just consider other folks as well in the midst of all this. The whole purpose of the self-quarantine, of the quarantining of folks, is not necessarily to sit there and like to keep. It's not wholly just to keep you safe. It's to keep everyone safe. It's to keep the spread of the virus from happening, and to minimize further concern for it. So, pretty much just, you know, top layer of it, don't be a dick. Bottom layer of it, you know, help out where you can.
Yeah, if you can too. I mean, you know.
Yeah, if you can't, obviously, you have to look out for number one, of course, so you support yourself. But, you know, just keep in mind that a lot of folks are being affected by this, regardless of what you may think about the entire situation. So.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that like the concert industry is taking multi-billion-dollar hit here.
I'm sure a lot of bands.
It's not just the bands either. It's the crews that you really got to worry about. The guys who actually put these shows together for you, like the rigging crew, the lighting crew, all these crew people, the behind-the-scenes people, not just the bands.
There's definitely a lot of concerns with it's not metal, but not metal related, but independent wrestlers.
Mm-hmm,
you know, they can't put on shows, they can't work. Sometimes that's their source of money. They can't work. You know, buy their shirts or something like that. You know, it's just whatever you can. Obviously, don't go nuts because you have to. I mean, we don't know how long this is going to be happening, but you know, be sure to support others in the time of need.
Yeah.
So, and don't be a dick.
Yeah. What I'm hoping for out of all of this is that, like we talked about already, is like those people who are prolific, and not necessarily even the ones who are prolific, just the people out there create while they're stuck in quarantine. Mm-hmm. I think I already saw that, you know, we talked about Devin Townsend.
Yeah.
We're talking about, you know, of course, Buckethead. You can always rely on Buckethead to come up with something. I think even Revocation's probably already planning on writing and recording a new album because of this. So things like that. And that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. What I'm expecting from all this is like once it all dies down and everything, we're gonna have like the biggest surge of stuff.
What I'm concerned about though is that everyone's trying to postpone these things, and they still probably want to try and get these things in the same year.
Yeah.
Where there's only going to be so many months left.
Yeah.
And they've already pushed back. Let's just look at San Antonio itself. Fiesta is our big fucking week-long party here in April.
Yeah.
That's pushed back to November.
Mm-hmm.
So already in November you have Fiesta and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Now you push back all those concerts, basketball games, whatever, back that far to still try and keep us 2020 alive. It's going to just be madness.
Yeah.
Madness.
And not the good kind of madness.
So, I mean, it's just, that's the only thing I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
Like, if they were to spread things out and just, like, kind of cancel 2020 as a whole and just kind of, like, try to salvage everything for 2021, I'd be more than happy to have that.
Yeah.
But, like, they're going to try and cram everything into the end of 2020, and it's going to be just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, when I was saying surge of stuff, I was saying, like we're going to have probably a lot of, like, album release news and stuff like that. So
right.
that's what I'm kind of expecting. But yeah, you are right. You know, with them replanning and postponing things, I'm surprised they're just like they're canceling Fiesta and putting it into November. Like, no, just do it when it's over.
Well, you know.
You don't need a reason. You don't need preparation to party. Get Andrew WK down here. He will lead the party.
Imagine Andrew WK at Fiesta.
That would be awesome.
The whitest dude ever at a fiesta. Get him a sombrero and a poncho. Yeah, that'd be rough.
I can still see it though.
Oh yeah, he would rock it hard for sure.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Obviously, when I go through my Twitter now, like it's pretty much a lot of the same stuff that I've already said, and it's all being said better by other people.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, there's not much more I can go on here.
All right. Okay. So are you ready for some concert news?
That still exists.
Yeah,
sure.
well, it's not much. It's not much.
Okay.
All right, so of course we have no festival news. I mean, some festivals are probably. I mean, festival season is still a little ways out. That's in the summer.
Okay.
So that they're not really looking to be affected just yet. So the thing is, what we have to look out for here in America is that in May, I think April, May starts our festival season with something like the Sonic Temple one, the Welcome to Rockville one, Rocklahoma. Those are the festivals we got to be looking out for. But I think that season comes around April, May for us.
Okay.
So none of those have been canceled yet. All right, but for touring news, former Black Sabbath singer Tony Martin will join Kingdom of Madness, featuring Magnum alumni Mark Stanway, Mickey Barker, Richard Bailey, and Mo Birch for his 2020 UK shows to perform classic Magnum material from the celebrated 1978 to 1994 era. I think this is also a much later tour. King Crimson will be playing one tour this year in USA and Canada during June and July 2020. Except for shows such as the Ottawa Blues Festival, all the dates will be double bills with the Zappa Band.
I assume that's Dweezil Zappa?
Dweezil, probably, maybe even Ahmed, who knows. But more than likely Dweezil. Nightwish have tapped Amorphis and Termian Catalak as the support acts for their fall 2020 European tour.
Oh, that would be a great tour to see here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Nightwish and Amorphis.
Nightwish in general, I would love to see in the U.S. because I haven't seen them with Floor.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No one-offs, of course.
Okay.
All right. So, are you ready to get into heavy metal in the charts?
Yep.
All right, let's get some noteworthy points here. A noteworthy point, singular. One noteworthy point. According to Billboard, Volbeat's Die to Live has topped the mainstream rock songs airplay chart. The song is the band's 8th mainstream rock songs #1, breaking the band out of a tie with U2 for the most #1s by an act based outside of North America, dating to the chart's 1981 inception. Of course, the #1 with the bands with the most #1s on the rock charts is like 3 Days Grace and Shinedown.
And they're up to like 13 or 15.
13, 15, yeah, they're in double digits.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. All right, so Billboard top 200 if it rolls up here. Here we go.
All right.
Close the ad, please.
I remember last time we had some stupid ass names on this list.
Well,
so.
we will. Wow, I don't even know what the fuck is going on up here.
Great.
No, seriously. Okay, here we go. #1 is somebody called Lil Uzi Vert.
The fuck?
I don't know. It's a new album by that person, and it's called Eternal Attack. A take. It's Atake.
Atake.
Yeah, I
Atake?
got it.
Atake?
I don't know. All right, #2 is Jen Aiko, JheneAiko, Chilombo.
What?
I have no idea. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. All right, this is a new album, and that's at #2.
I hate ads.
Fucking A. All right. #3, Bad Bunny.
Okay.
And his album, YHLQMDLG.
Really?
He must have just, like, I need an album title. Oh, wow. Look at that license plate over there.
Ooh, shiny.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
I assume that means something, but like
I'm sure it does, but I got literally nothing.
Yeah,
Literally
I'm
nothing.
not even gonna try, and I'm not gonna ask because I don't care.
All right, number 4 is Lil Baby. Lil Baby. My turn. Man, it sounds just like a little baby. It's my turn. It's my turn. All right, next up, number 5 is NCT 127. That's the name of the act. And their album is NCT number 127 Neo Zone, the second album. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, this is proof positive that our fingers are so far from the pulse of popular music.
For real, dude.
Like, holy shit. Like, I thought I still had some sort of knowledge, but nope, I got nothing. I am lost.
Nothing.
Wow,
right,
I'm a crotchety old man.
Yeah, so now we're going to be just scrolling a little bit here, but I'm just going to pick out some of the funnier names. Like, still, Young Boy Never Broke Again. Love it. A Boogie with the Hoodie. Love it.
Fucking hate it. So stupid.
Right? It really is kind of dumb.
Oh, my God.
G Herbo. The fuck is a G Herbo? It sounds like somebody mispronouncing gerbil. Like a baby. Like, I want a G Herbo. What the fuck?
It sounds like a toy, like a Furby.
G Herbo. Oh my god. Okay. I was fucking hell. Jada Kiss is still a thing. Juice WRLD. Young Boy Never Broke Again. Alright, hey. Queen's Greatest Hits, number 38. Number 38.
Okay, that's not terrible, but...
And, of course, that is the number 1 on the rock charts. We're never going to bother looking at that later.
I mean...
Not going to bother.
Yeah, until something new comes out.
Yeah. All right, we got Five Finger Death Punch is at number 49 with their album F8. Ordinary Man by Ozzy Osbourne is at number 51.
Hold on, go back. The Five Finger Death Punch album, is that, like, that's the first chart of it?
No.
Does it say where it was last week?
Yeah, it was at 8 last week, number 8.
Okay.
That was its debut.
Oh, kind of funny.
Yeah, I think that was the joke.
Yeah, okay. But Ozzy's still up there in the top 50.
Yep. He was at number 41 last week.
Okay.
That's 41 last week.
Not bad.
Nope. Elton John Diamonds is number 58. Yes. Mustard. I mean, I love Mustard, but who the fuck is Mustard?
No, Mustard can go fuck itself. The
condiment and the person?
Yes. Yes, you're goddamn right.
All right.
I don't even know who that is, so I'm damning a person I've never met.
The Beatles won number 79.
Okay.
79. And we got a couple of a Boogie with the Hoodie albums out here. Fleetwood Mac Rumors number 88. Number 88. Beatles Abbey Road number 91. 91.
Did you see the somebody took the album cover of Abbey Road and they made it social distancing?
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers Greatest Hits number 98. 98. AC/DC Back in Black 105. 105.
That's what I'm surprised. Like, I know that like it's been a while since Tom Petty died, but I mean of all acts, his greatest hits is still well up there,
right?
Compared to a lot of other artists. Like I didn't think I knew he was obviously a revered individual as far as music goes, but I didn't think he was like that level.
Yeah, well, it probably also depends on like how it's counted and where it's counted. I mean, you put on rock and roll randomly on like Spotify or something like that, you're gonna get some Tom Petty. You put on classic rock, you're probably gonna get some Tom Petty.
Yeah,
it
just surprises me. I mean, I've never actually looked at his stats as far as like his selling power in the past, you know. So I'm just curious because like I'm wondering like guys like Cash and Dylan who have these incredible legacies. You never see them on there very much.
And the thing is it's from Tom Petty's greatest hits. So you're gonna have Last Dance with Mary Jane, Free Fallin', and all those other ones, Running with a Dream. All those albums, all those songs come from one record. Yeah, while like a Dylan, he might have a lot of songs out there that are being played, but the thing is they're not catching the numbers to get them up on the charts because they might have been from separate albums.
Makes sense. Probably have a ton of greatest hits albums before. So.
Which is why you still see like the classic albums from like certain bands like AC/DC's Back in Black had like 5 singles on it. So you put on an AC/DC channel, those 5 singles are going to keep playing.
Yeah.
You put on the classic rock channel, those 5 tracks are going to play. So that's why that album's up there.
That makes sense.
You know. Same thing here for number 127, Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses.
Oh yeah.
You know, Sweet Child of Mine, Welcome to the Jungle. You know, to a lesser extent, My Michelle, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Which, by the way, here's another thing that I want. I want people to stop using Sweet Child of Mine for like father-daughter dances at weddings. It's not that kind of song. It's literally about a girlfriend, not about a child. It is weird. Stop it.
I think my favorite thing about that song is that the whole "Where Do We Go Now" part is literally just Axl. Like it started because Axl was like, "What do we do there? What do we do with this part of the song? Where do we go now?"
Yeah, that's true.
That's legit.
Oh wow,
that is legit. I read that a couple times. It's a couple different locations.
Wow, that's actually really funny, and it works really well. So
yeah. Oh man. The Eagles' greatest hits at 139. Nevermind at 143. Five Finger Death Punch greatest hits record is at 145. The Essential Billy Joel 149. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band 151. Thriller 156. Black Album 158.
Blah. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo. Swag.
What the fuck?
It's from Gravity Falls.
Bon Jovi's greatest hits is at 177. Yep, we still got... no. Anybody? Nope. That was it.
No takers? No takers for rounding out the 200 for us?
No, well, Beyonce... I Am Sasha Fierce is a re-entry at number 200 if you really want to know.
I mean, I could take it or leave it. So, okay.
Yeah, so that was mildly disappointing.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much our podcast for today. It's a short one.
Yeah, it feels very short. I thought it was going to be longer because we had all this stuff, but we really blew through that long list of cancellations.
Yeah, so, I mean...
Postponements, gentlemen.
Because it's not like we have much to discuss about it as far as that goes.
Unless you have a discussion point for today.
No, I went looking through the... I went looking through like a little bit of the list, the 66 metal songs from Loudwire, the 66 metal songs from the 2010s, and I was like... Some of these we are not going to know, so I don't think we can have a good enough conversation for it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I was like, let's scrap that. And really, there isn't much to discuss. Just got us trying to stick with what we're doing and
keep on keeping on.
Yeah, watch my unboxing video of the Arion thing. Look out for our reaction video for Erotica. We're going to do another one probably for Imaginarum. So
yeah, I mean, we're not doing much of anything else.
Yeah.
Hey, if my facility gets closed down, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even driving anymore.
We're probably going to be playing some Lego Marvel soon. So that'll be happening. So
live tweeting the recorded WrestleMania.
We'll be doing that for sure. We'll be doing that.
Live tweeting the previously recorded WrestleMania
and hoping that Wingstop is still open on that day. So
Do they deliver? They deliver, don't they?
Yeah, but they're close enough. I can go pick it up.
Oh, that's also true.
Yeah, there's one over on Roy Richards Road. So
Pat Booker?
there's one easier to get to.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if you go towards HEB, that's that back way on Lookout. You pass one on the way there.
No shit.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's where we go. But anyway, no one needs to know that. No one cares. So obviously, look forward to stuff that we're going to be doing while in this state of emergency, and we'll just try to keep busy. I still have to post today's meme, so.
Yeah, we should try and maybe get back on albums of the day next week.
I was giving it time because I figured that shit was a little crazy for a little while, so I was gonna kind of hold off on that. But if you want to start today, then we start today.
We'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday.
Tomorrow, so mañana.
Mañana.
Okay, so until next time, I'm Dan Mack,
And I'm Chris Mack.
and we are the quarantined slime.
Keeping social distancing.
Yes, we are the slime.
As a matter of fact, we are definitely about 6 feet apart from each other right now. This is good.
Yeah, let me just cough on you. All right, folks.